Shall Explore You podcast, where we don't just walk and talk about growth, we experience it today. So now we are going to talk about the topic that is very in connection. Everyone talks about it every day. That is awareness and appearance. So without wasting a time, let me introduce you, Rohini. We'll know more about her journey, her story, her field through her. But this communication is all about appearance and awareness and what more she can bring to the youth. So welcome, Rohini.
Thank you so much, Shiny. Thank you.
So, on that note, let's start our first segment. This is about understanding your north, okay? And we want to
Mhm.
know about you, your north. So, north always start with knowing what was a background, what is a canvas.
Correct.
So, please tell us your story, your journey, what you did, how you are today, what you are. So, walk us through your journey.
Okay, thank you so much. That's actually a very interesting question. I always find that very intriguing and fascinating, to be honest. So let me start from the start. I am a person who loves being on stage, being in front of people, talking to people, having them around me, and exploring different things and observing things in them. So as a child, also, I was a very curious child. People around me were fed up with my questions. That's how it started, I feel. I always knew that somewhere I need to know things, I need to know the why behind it. I need to know why it is happening, how it is happening, what happens if it doesn't happen that way, all of those things. And that curiosity was more about people. So I was very observant in terms of how people speak, how they rest, how they sit, how they stand, how their emotions are, and how even some people are so silent, but still they are so much more dominating in terms of their presence. Or some people, they do not, they are very loud with their speech, but they still don't convince others in any way. So all of these observations were something that I have been making since early life. And with that, I always knew that I wanted to do something in this area wherein I can teach and train people more upon the same. However, for a long time, I was not very aware of the fact that such career exists.
Hmm.
Okay, so I started, of course, like a normal person, completing my every year in school, and then I went ahead with biotechnology. So I am a person who comes from that field. And I love it. I absolutely adore biotechnology for the kind of field it is. And I always loved the experiments I had and everything that I did there, all of my faculty members and everyone around me. So that was very inspiring, of course, as a career. It was very interesting and very close to me as well, because I was the one who opted for it. However, for a long time, I felt that I needed to do something in this particular space of communication and human behavior and human transformation. So, waiting on the same, I got across some of the courses, and through the courses, I thought probably this is something I would like to do. So, let me explore. So, while I was doing my bachelor's, I thought, let me go ahead, complete this course as well. So, I started off with it, completed it, really loved it. And I thought, let me give myself 1 year to work into this and see if this is something I would like to continue with. So for a year around, I work with a lot of schools, colleges, corporates, individuals, and I understood that communication, image, behavior science, presence, all of these things is something that I really, really like doing. And today, of course, through that same, area, same exploration, same, I would say, awareness of self, I have been now to a place where I help refine people, not on how they look, not on that basis only, but also on how they lead, how they feel, how they influence others, and how they speak.
Hmm.
So that's how it has been. Of course, there could be always two roads that you can choose. So I chose this one for myself.
Wow. That's so beautiful. And I think human habit is to judge someone, and uh, you having that natural aura in you that you can observe the people, you have made it your career path where you can not only judge them but also observe them for their benefit. So let's say if your
Yes.
friend is doing something wrong in terms of her personality or his personality, definitely he can approach you and talk about it to you, that how I can refine myself, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so on that note, please walk us through about this phenomena, because Gen Z we are talking about, and youth is
Hmm.
something we are now catching up on the Gen Z, and then there comes lot many generation who are way different and way others. So now, in your preference, when we talk about baggy clothes and when we
Okay.
talk about sophisticated professional clothing, okay,
Hmm.
do you feel that the topic of baggy or professional clothing has uh, what we can say conflict, or do you feel we should normalize it?
Okay. Again, very interesting question. I feel it's completely fine and up to the person what they wish to wear. Because at the end of the day, there's another psychological phenomena which is called enclothed cognition, right? So
Hmm,
it's about how you wear clothes and you feel associated with the same sort of emotions that the clothes would take you through.
hmm,
So now, if you are wearing something formal, you are, of course, feeling more formal from the inside. You are using vocab, which is more formal. You're using language, which is more formal. And similarly, if you're wearing something baggy, you might get into a casual feel.
hmm,
Now, when we talk about image, we talk about three things. You should always dress up according to your role, your goal, and your occasion.
hmm,
So if you're able to justify where you're going and you're able to understand what your role is going to be there and how you want to be appropriately dressed for the particular occasion,
hmm.
then definitely you go ahead with whatever clothing you want to prefer and you want to wear.
Okay.
However, generally, if we're talking about in everyday life, I feel it's completely up to you.
Hmm,
Because I personally believe more in clothing is a form of self expression. So if you like wearing baggy clothes, it's totally up to you.
hmm,
Why not?
hmm,
Okay. Now the clothes could have different prints. It could have different, graphic design or something like that. Whatever. It could have a quote written on it. Whatever. But it should go with your personality, and it should express and
hmm.
reflect who you are on the inside. So image consulting is never about forcing everyone into wearing blazers or making people look
Yeah.
always, sophisticated and expensive.
Hmm,
In a way, it is about helping people understand how to present where your perception is being taken in by other people. You're influencing other people in a way.
hmm,
So how to wear what for what sort of place, what sort of occasion, what sort of goal you have.
hmm, hmm.
It's more about that.
That's
Baggy clothes, I truly see it as comfort
hmm,
and also very much into creativity and confidence. More people who are relaxed personalities, who
hmm,
are very individualistic, they
hmm.
would probably wear something baggy.
Correct.
But again, depending on the context, now if you wear baggy clothes to probably a corporate environment, then that doesn't fit. So that changes the place.
And for that, you have Saturdays there.
Yeah,
Every
of
corporate has a
course.
Saturdays where you can
Yeah.
wear what you feel that too decent one. So
Yes.
okay. On that note, also one question popped up in my mind that definitely it's the choice of a person and the confidence that he or she
Mm-hmm.
carries. But do you feel, as an individual, do you feel as a person who meets so many people in a day, okay? Do you
Mm-hmm.
feel your appearance brings the confidence, your appearance make you feel unsure? Do you like in this journey of self growth where youth are exploring themselves, okay, I want you to talk to them about how they should keep their mind when they are entering a space that is not theirs. For
Mm-hmm.
example, our happy space is our home, our college.
Correct.
When we talk up, not cafes, okay, definitely cafes are also our happy space where we choose to go.
Of
So
course.
I'm not talking about those space, but a space where they
Mm-hmm.
will feel challenged. They will feel, okay, this is another world I want to enter, or the people or the youth, those are who are in the last year of the graduation, who want to enter into the industry. Now they have searched about the people inspiration who
Correct.
have years of experience, but tell them how they should think, what their psychology should be there, what their dressing should be in terms of a philosophical way where this will help them to understand their personality and confidence.
Okay. Okay. So we're talking a lot more upon how youth would keep up with other spaces
Hmm.
where it could be sometimes also difficult, specifically, for youth who always seek inspiration through appearances of others. And
Interesty type of the things.
yes, yeah, Pinteresty type of things. Okay, so in that case, again, let me give you how I look at it.
Hmm.
Okay. You can have very long hair as a guy, and I wouldn't mind it if you can keep it groomed. You have very a big beard, right? And you love that, and that's probably your style. But just keep it a little more groomed. That's all.
Hmm.
Okay, so wherever you go, you should know that this space has some sort of social etiquette to be followed, and some sort of things come with it. Some sort of mannerism, some sort of basic expectations out of you when you come, dressed for an occasion. So
Hmm.
that's the only thing that you have to keep in mind. No matter what you wear, if you can keep it groomed and if it can come together, it is looking put together overall,
Hmm.
and that's something that matters a lot.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Then to
Okay.
be totally up to you what you would wish to choose to wear.
Ah.
I also believe that your appearance would definitely support your confidence, specifically, I think, for youth, because today's generation, wherein also I come in from, is more about expressing themselves. They do not want to be restricted to certain norms or certain standards or certain stereotypes. They want to be expressive in a way that reflects who they truly are. And they are very comfortable showing that off socially as well. So that comfort of theirs in who they are and how they are expressing themselves through their healthy, groomed, dressed themselves, I think that is something that can improve their posture, their eye contact, their communication, their participation overall in a social scenario. So, yes, of course, their appearance will boost their state of confidence. And it would not only depend, of course, on looks, it could be a little more fragile also, like a bad skin day also hurts us, or
True.
probably some weight changes that could hurt your identity. In the morning, you are waking up very bloated or feeling very puffy. That changes where you're going to dress that day. That changes your whole mood overall. And apart from this, your external validation becomes also very important, right? Who is looking at you and who is praising you or who is giving you compliments on the basis of your look or the way you are feeling today, your energy, all of these things. That would also change the way your confidence is. Because we as humans, we have all grown in the same environment wherein we are taught that certain things have to happen certain way, certain people should dress certain way, you are going here, you have to behave certain way. So appearance is not just something that you develop on your own. It's something that is developed for you before you even realize it. So
Hmm.
that also changes a lot when it comes to social comparison. So that is also something that will affect the way you are seeing things.
Hmm. So now we'll go for the fourth segment. Here, I want you to make us understand what is growth for you. Okay. So for now, I want you to tell you that is it necessary to unlearn something in life? If yes, then why? If no, then why? And what you have unlearned to relearn something.
Okay. Um, very, very deep question. So for me, unlearning has always been my first preference, to be honest,
Hmm.
because you always, like I said, we all, specifically in Indian households, we come from a family wherein there are a lot of things that we have already been taught before we actually learn how to use our own brain.
Hmm.
So a lot of unlearning has to happen in order for you to realize there are different forms of growth and there are different things out there for you.
Hmm.
So that's one. Second, I have always seen unlearning as one of the most underrated traits of people. I've seen most of the successful people that I see around me who actually inspire me a lot. They are the people who unlearn a lot of things always.
Hmm.
So that's again something very important. More skills, more books, more strategies might not help you as much if you're not ready to unlearn your previous patterns and then move towards them.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So that's again really important, I feel. In terms of my life, I would say as a person who is into the background here, into training and all, I have also unlearned a lot of things
Hmm.
because you look up to someone when you go first day at work or second day at work, first month into it. You look up to someone and then you think that they are really nice and inspiring, and you try to take up their traits and
Hmm.
you try to apply those things. So I'm
True.
a person who always try to see what is great in other people and then I take and try to apply it for myself. So that also has happened with me a lot many times. But in the process, somewhere I think I forget that I need to unlearn a lot of things as well.
Hmm.
So something very simple would be at the very starting of my career, I felt like I'm very, very young for this particular
Hmm.
role. People expect you to have gray hairs if you are into industry like this. So that was something that I had to again unlearn this whole aspect of age for my own self,
Hmm.
that I can still grow here. And I had seen my audience back then. Even my first few sessions went so well. So that's something, again, after giving those sessions, I gained that confidence that yes, how people around us are always busy in entertaining people.
Hmm.
And in that flow, we also sometimes, like when we go somewhere, this external validation, it becomes so important to us, even as teachers, trainers, that our students like us, they, feel engaged with us and all of that. So sometimes we do things which are just fun and not really from the learning aspect.
Hmm.
Like we have a lot of activities in training. So if you don't do that activity well, you don't perform it well with a clear debriefing, then that activity loses its importance in aspect of learning.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is something that again I had to unlearn because I'm really great at engagement when it comes to my students. So when my participants are in front of me, they are always highly engaged. But somewhere down the line, I started realizing that I'm probably not imparting as much of learning as I am engaging them.
Right.
So that was also something that I had to again unlearn and relearn how to actually impart that learning and how to actually make that uh, change and transformation happen
Hmm.
rather than just taking them through a very fun journey.
Hmm.
Because they would remember me for a lifetime for having that fun, but they would definitely, when they actually see that change and they would actually impart, implement everything, when they do it, then they would probably remember me. Along with them, they will tell 10 people more, and they will also remember me for that.
Yeah.
So that's something that's very important to me now, that my participants always learn something from me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right. So that's again one of the aspects that I have unlearned and relearned in order to grow ahead. So that's again very important.
So beautifully framed about this, because many of the people don't want to unlearn what they've learned throughout their life, and then they get stuck up. And there is a breakthrough where you need to understand unlearning helps you to learn more and be yourself to an extent that you accept it. It's not
Yeah.
about becoming the other person, it's about becoming a new person. So,
You would, yes, you would see there are so many examples of such people out there who are really, really famous. For example, if you take Robert Downey Jr., for example,
yeah.
some people might feel guilty about staying at a place, but then he didn't choose that. He unlearned everything, and then he chose to go ahead, grow, get ahead with his, put back old identities and get ahead with new innovations, reinvention of himself. So
Hmm.
he allowed himself to change into the person that he is today.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's again like great example of it. Similarly, we have a lot many others like Keanu
Give us
Reeves, we have
one, two, three
J.K.
examples.
Rowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying. So for example, for Keanu, he was again a very sweet person. If you have watched his movies, I love his movies. So many again. young people might think that confidence always means being extroverted. But
Yeah.
if you would see him, he's so calm, he's so thoughtful, he's so quiet and so steady.
Hmm.
But he has this different sense of confidence. So, again, this is a learning for us also that confidence is not about being loud, it's
Hmm.
about self trust
True.
and not having to look or come across as someone who is always chirpy and always saying hi to everyone in the room.
Hmm.
So that's again an example. Similarly, we have J.K. Rowling. She
Yeah.
has faced many rejections before, so that could have already defined her.
Yeah.
But she chose to go ahead and learn and change the direction and the course of it.
Hmm.
So again, failure, she took it as feedback rather than taking it as a finish line.
Very true.
That's again a great example of it.
That part, true. Wow. On that note, we are coming towards the end of our podcast where I want to know about your next journey. What you're planning, Rohini, what is your life about in future, what you are bringing new, what new assignments you're thinking you want to have in 2026, although it's already in April end, so 4 months has been done and dusted beautifully by you. What are the next things that we are looking or we can expect from you?
Okay, interesting again. So looking ahead, I think my next vision, that I've been connected to my past vision first. So in the past, I've thought about working with schools, colleges, corporates. I've done all of that. Now, the next thing that I'm thinking upon is working with educators because, like I said, this particular part in the early learning that I missed, unlearning while apart from what I mentioned, right? You cannot always be just an entertainer in the classroom. You have to understand how to actually impart knowledge in your people.
True. True.
And while I can definitely reach out to people, multiple audiences, I feel there are so many teachers out there are so many trainers out there, coaches out there who can reach out to triple, 10 times, 100 times the audience that I can. So why not make sure that the kind of training things that I follow, facilitation that I follow, the kind of again merging with AI and doing things that I follow right now, why not give that ahead to these educators so they can impart it in more people and our the youth around us can become more and more, I would say, competent with the way they are right now. So that's something that I'm working upon, and I've already designed my course for that. So I'm looking forward really to launch it, which would basically help a teacher become a stronger leader, a sharper thinker, and also a person who actually imparts knowledge in people, not just be there or just get the teaching part done or just do it on paper. Which actually engage with the person, actually make sure that your student is following it, implementing it, and that too in a very fun and learning way. So that's something that is coming up for me. So
Wow,
I want to
that's
build that
very
thing.
interesting. Let me know if I can help you in that. Give me three last words, signing of words for youth that they need to remind whenever they are in a journey of self doubt. Three words that will help them to understand themselves.
Okay, three words. That's very less.
Give as many as you want then.
Okay, so fine. There are probably three things that I would like to tell.
Perfect, yeah.
First would be you are not ready yet is something that you are just thinking. It's all in your brain. If you don't go out there and don't try it out, you never know whether you were ready or not.
Hmm.
So make sure that if you have an idea in your brain, you execute it right away.
Hmm.
Try to not, disguise it in perfection and I would say procrastinate on it.
Yeah.
Try that you go ahead and make sure that it is done and dusted as soon as possible, because that's how you will know whether you were meant for it and whether you're ready for it or not. So that's the first thing that I think it's very important for people to hear.
Yeah.
Second would be fear of embarrassment is stronger in people than fear of failure itself.
Hmm.
So do not really question yourself on this again and again. That what if I fail? Just do it. You would fail, you would know that you're not meant for it. But at least you had tried. If you never tried again, you would never know whether you're meant for that.
Yeah, true.
So go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
You would never get this time again in your life. You would probably never be again feeling this sort of rush, this sort of motivation towards doing it. So if you have it right now, go ahead and do it. And then the last thing would be never think that people are better than me. This comparison mindset is always going to put you behind. So always, specifically with the kind of social media amplification that we have around us right now, and we see every 16, 20, 50, 13 years old making insane money or something, I think that comparison can really break you from inside.
Yeah.
So thinking that you are probably behind in life and other people have it better than you is going to do you no good. No good at all. So very, very easy thing, simple thing. Always compare yourself to your past version. Don't try to compare yourself with other people. Otherwise, you're never going to go ahead in life.
Right. Yes.
So these are my 3 takeaways from today for the youth.
That's wonderful, and surely it will help them to understand or at least get clarity about themselves in case where they are in doubt. So thank you so much, Rohini, for agreeing to appear over here on this podcast. Your presence has shifted my mind towards the from appearance to awareness, and surely the people who are going to watch this podcast, their mind will surely shift from not just talking about appearance but also being aware about yourself, about themselves, about the people that they connect to. So thank you so much. It was a wonderful feeling, a wonderful expression of thoughts, and a good brainstorming about different aspect of life. Thank you, Rohini, for coming here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shalini. Thank you so much for having me here.